Hello, this is Scott Fader. I'm co-founder, president, and managing partner at Shrewd Marketing LLC. I'm following up with this video tutorial about website performance. Shrewd Marketing builds and manages websites that are fast, mobile, and secure. In some previous videos, I talked a lot about speed. This one covers mobility and determining whether your website is mobile friendly or not. There are some best practices that have been established for website mobility. It's important that websites not only are fast but mobile friendly. And you may ask, why is that? Well, it's because the majority of search now occurs on smartphones, tablets, mobile devices compared to desktop. This seems reasonable because there's nothing worse than trying to view a desktop website on a smaller screen on a mobile device. It's a bad user experience. So new industry standards have emerged. In the second quarter of last year, new webmaster guidelines were established for websites to be considered mobile friendly. A great deal is at stake now because websites that don't meet industry best practices aren't as likely to rank as well in local search as ones that do or are mobile friendly. April last year, there was a lot discussed about Mobilegeddon. In fact, CNN had a brief segment on their show about Google's Mobilegeddon. There's been a lot at stake now as a result. Here's a quick preview.
And a big change for Google search this morning, its mobile search algorithm will now favor mobile-friendly sites. A site has to load quickly, be easy to read, and adjust to a smaller screen to get better placement. If not, the site will rank lower. It could be a huge loss for small businesses that don't have separate mobile sites. We know that Google tweaks its algorithm a lot, but we often don't get insight like this into what the company is actually thinking.
It should be a big benefit for those of us who search on our phones for things all the time. So you do a Google search on your phone, and sometimes what you need is very light 18 swipes down. It takes a long one.
They're trying to do a better job on mobile. We'll see if they can pull it off.
All right.
So that was a quick preview of that. The aftermath has been measured. There was a blog post in the Wall Street Journal last summer in June as declaring that Mobilegeddon was a big deal after all. Adobe did some research. They looked at 5,000 websites before and after, and they found that out of the mobile searches that were conducted, they fell 12% to the websites that were not mobile friendly. So to really be in the game of being visible in local search, your website needs to not only be fast, but also mobile friendly. How can you make your website mobile friendly? Well, there's two quick ways, and there's probably others. One is to create a mobile version of your website. You can use a mobile domain. That normally means putting an M dot in front of your website address. This can be fairly easy to implement. There are a variety of tools out there, and it can be cost effective. However, it does seem to create duplicate content on a separate URL, and we know by following industry best practices that websites can get dinged if they have duplicate content on multiple sites. So that's a word to the wary. However, there are some other ways to do it, and one is to completely rebuild your website using a responsive design. That means adopting a design that responds to the different sizes of a browser window and different device displays. The pro of this, it delivers a better user experience. There really isn't any duplicate content. It's one site that responds to desktop, tablet, and the different smartphone sizes that are out there. The con is that this could be a little bit more expensive to implement. So how do you tell if your website is mobile friendly? Well, there are a couple different ways, and I'm going to show you those here briefly. One is to reduce the browser window on your desktop and see if it responds to different display sizes. The other, of course, is to look up a website on your mobile device and see how easy it is to use. The other is to take the mobile-friendly test that's available on our company's website, shrewdmktg.com/SEO. So very quickly, let's look at some of those items. You can go to our website here, Shrewd Marketing, shrewdmktg.com, go to the SEO tab, and look for the mobile-friendly test. I would like to point out that you can go and take a website and reduce the size of the browser and see if it responds. See how that website is responding to the different sizes. That might be what it looks like on a smaller device. Okay. Other sites that are out there, we have one called makeitlocalmarketing.com, and if I reduce its browser window, I can see that it also responds to the size of my browser. Okay, so that is definitely mobile responsive. There are other websites out there you might want to take a look. Here's one that's a roofer in Houston. So if we reduce the size of it, you can see it is not responding at all to the size of that browser. Here's one for home improvement. Wonder Windows is a website in Rochester, New York, and it is considered to be mobile friendly. As you can tell, I reduce my screen and it responds. But we can also take the test, and here is one that you may have seen as it popped up. The mobile-friendly test is available on our website or via Google directly. You simply put in a URL, and it will determine whether that website is mobile-friendly. This one is awesome. The page is mobile-friendly. It shows you how the Google bot sees it and provides that it's a good user experience. But let's just take this test for this website using our little tool and see how it turns out. So we're going to enter in the URL, hit Analyze. It takes just a moment, but it goes through and analyzes the website and gives you the results. I think this is a good tool, easy to use. You can test any website. It's rather quick, takes just a minute or two, and will pop up and give you the results. In this case, as about to render for this roofing company in Houston, it's going to show that it is not mobile friendly. I took this test before doing this demo, but wanted to show it to you in real time. The nice thing is it also gives you tips on how to make your website mobile friendly. A lot of times there's large image sizes that can be reduced in size or optimized for the mobile experience. So here you see this is what the bot sees for this website. It is not mobile friendly. It's hard to view. Some of the images don't appear. The text is too small. The links are too close together. So I encourage you to take the test on our website and make sure that your website is mobile friendly. Again, we focus on speed, mobility, and security. The next video I show will be about security and understanding if your website is secure. For questions, feel free to call me, Scott Fader, 202-681-2635. Thanks and have a great day.